Somebody's here. Once you get here, just put your names. I can only see how many are here. I can't see who is here. So just type your name in the comments. Man, I haven't got to talk to you guys all week. So it's good to get this chance. Oh, hello. Hola, Bella. ¿Cómo estás? Viernes feliz. Todos personas. Hola, Jazz. Just give me a second. I'm pulling up the lesson for you guys. Guys, we get to be done with equations and inequalities and stuff for a while. You like my jewelry? I'm glad you noticed. It's my collection. I love jewelry. Did I not tell y'all? I love jewelry. Pearls, diamonds, anything. It's all good to me. Except this is actually not mine. This is my wife's jewelry room. It just happens to be the most convenient place for me to do my video today. So be gentle. Good morning. Happy Friday. Like I said, if you're just logging in, say your name and who's here, because I can only see how many people are here, not who you are. And just a quick disclaimer, make sure. What? Make sure that we keep this math focused, because I've had people on here having side conversations. I mean, this is like we're in class, so treat it that way. Okay. All right. We are done with equations and inequalities for a while. We get to just move into geometry, a completely different realm. And our first lesson is area of parallelograms, and it could not get any easier. So look forward to this. Just because it's easy doesn't mean you shouldn't put in effort. It means that if you put in effort, it will be easy. So I do want you to have paper and pencil with you. So I'll give you like 30 seconds to go do that. I'll try to get us out of here by 11:15. Okay. Hey, Finn. Hey, Riley. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Kate. Hey, everybody. Alan, everybody. It's good to see you, even if it's just in the chat. But believe it or not, I have missed seeing you guys. I promise. It's been different. It's been a little fun. I like being home with my kids. But I do miss the classroom. I miss getting to see y'all and give y'all a hard time. It's like my favorite thing to do. So I've been having to give my wife a hard time, and she doesn't react as well as you guys do. So while you guys are getting paper and pencil, let me just ask, how is this week going for y'all? How do you feel about the workload? Has it been easy? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you wish you were back in school? Do you wish you were always able to stay home like this? What's your preference? How's it been going? Wish I was in school. Horrible, boring. I've been getting mixed responses from the students I ask. No one to talk to. I know that's a struggle for you. Yeah, there's pros and cons to it for sure. For sure. You get to finish a little earlier, it sounds like. I mean, that's what pretty much everyone's been saying. If Ao's on here, I'm trying to get him on here. We got 9, so that's not too bad since I accidentally sent y'all the wrong thing. But some of it's hard, but some of it's easy. Good. You missed everyone. I can get that. So yeah, the people who love people, we're gonna miss it. The people who, I mean, my dad is somebody who he could just stay in quarantine his whole life. He just that's the kind of personality he has. I like to get out. I'm just now, yesterday, I'm starting to go a little stir crazy, missing getting out of the house a little bit more. But hey, this is a quite an experience. So we'll try to make the best of it, right? Nicole sings. Is that like Miranda sings? Wow. Making me think of Evie. Speaking of Evie, she just texted. All right, let's get started with this. We got 10 of us here. That's almost everybody. You're going insane, I know. And happy birthday, a late birthday to Kate. Did you get to see the little video I sent your mom yesterday about the quarantine birthday? You didn't? Your mom didn't show you? Ask her to show you. It's hilarious. I was hoping she would show you. It was my birthday gift to you. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started so that you guys can move on with your Friday. Friday. All right. So I'm actually just going to go through, just like we would in class, I'm going to go through some of these examples and the got it questions. And I don't think it'll take too long. Like I said, very simple. You just have to know how I expect the work and the simple formula. So whenever we're doing area, we always start with that. Whenever we're looking at volume, V equals whatever. So since we're finding the area of a parallelogram, it's base times height. Now, have we talked about this before? I forget, honestly, which classes I have, about the little b and the big B. Have we talked about that, the differences? Either way, let's go over it. So notice that it's a big B and little h. This is referring to the base of a polygon. So it's not length times width, it's base times height. Because the width of a parallelogram does not help you at all. You might see the width in some of the problems, but it's a trick. Don't fall for it. You want to know the height of the parallelogram. All right. So B is talking about the base of a parallelogram. Big B is actually the area of a prism. So that's when you're working with like volume or surface area. Big B or capitalized B is the same thing as the area of a base. So this is like the base of a shape. Big B, capital B is referring to area. So anyway, that'll come up later in the next few chapters. So I just wanted to mention that. So make sure you put a lowercase b, lowercase h. And once you know that, this is how you start every problem. Every problem. I am going to go ahead and say you get to use your calculators. I mean, this lesson is already so easy, and I'm making it even easier because you get to use your calculator. All I ask in order for you to keep that privilege, because it is a privilege, because you could do this without one, is you must start your work like this. If there's one person that on homework doesn't do your formula to start, then I'm going to say no calculators. So let's make sure that we start with the formula. Little b stands for the base of a shape, a polygon, two-dimensional. So that's all it means. It's the base of a 2D shape, and h is height. Is AO here? Is he the only one we're missing? He emailed me and said, I'm just making sure that you wanted us, that you're talking about 6th grade. So I told him yes. So maybe he's coming in again. All right. So let's move into the first example. Let's see. And by the way, if you have a phone with you, I've been doing a test trial today. It's been going all right. I'm letting people call in. to the radio show. This is the Hawkins Show, and this is where things get wild and crazy with mathematics. And I'd love to have some callers, but not at this moment. Wait till I tell you. We might even have some prizes and gifts for you. So, oh yeah, Bob Jeff, I forgot. What's up, Bob Jeff Ayo? All right, so let's say I'm going to skip example 1. I'm actually, like I said, if you want to follow along and you have your book or you are on your phone, you can use the computer to look. I'm on page 663. All right. So example 2, this is a perfect example of a trap. Don't fall for the traps. I'm going to draw it for you just in case you don't have your book. All right, it's not beautiful, but it'll do. So we have a parallelogram here, and there are 3 measurements here. There are 3 measurements when we only need 2. There's only base times height. So which 2 are going to be used? Well, base is obviously this one. The base is 20. Okay, and they're using centimeters. So the base is 20. And then are we going to do 13 or 11? Now, this is why it's not length times width, because the width of this shape is 13 centimeters, but that is not the height. I always use the example of if you go to the doctor and they get your weight, you step on the scale, they take your weight, and they're like, okay, let's get your height. You don't go stand against the wall like, take my height. Okay? No, you're going to stand up straight. This isn't straight. No height is straight. You don't say, what's the height of the building? Or I'm going to design a building and design its height. And then you make a building like that. No. Again, this is page 663. All right, so 11. And a key giveaway is whenever you see the right angle sign, the right angle sign will always connect your base and your height. Always. So if there's ever a problem where you are given the right angle little box, then you know your base and height always. Okay? So ignore the 13. All right, so I would start with my formula. A equals B times H. Then I would plug in my values. Here's what it should look like. Because if you just write 20 and 11, it's going to look like 2011. And there's no need. You could do 20.11. Or you could draw a booty and tattoo one cheek with 11 and one cheek with 20. Right? And then, yes, Kate, you just multiply them together. Base times height. So 2 times 11 is 22. With our 0, it would be 220 centimeters square. Why square? Because it's 2-dimensional. So if we're putting carpet in a room that has this weird floor, we can't just go straight with carpet. We have to go across as well. You spell booty buddy. Interesting. All right. So let's do got it. Here's what I want us to do. Here's what I want us to do. I want us to do got it B. Do not answer on this. Do not answer in the chat. If you have the answer for B and you feel like explaining it to the class, then go ahead and call in to the Hawkins Show. This is my radio show voice. If you haven't already noticed, this is what I talk like when I'm on the radio. Here we go. Then you can call in, and I'd be happy to take your call. Phone lines are open. First one to call in gets the answer. This is, page 663. So I forgot that some of y'all might not have your book, but some of y'all do. Oh, we got a color. What the? Someone chickened out. I'm going to draw the figure for you. Ooh, we got a color. Different color. Hello and welcome to the Hawkins Show, where things get wild and crazy mathematics style. Who am I speaking with?
What's the page number?
663. I keep saying 663. Page 663. Do you have your book with you?
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is Kate. Is this KP?
No, it's your boy, KP.
Oh, what's up?
Where is the page number?
All right, for those of you that do not have your book.
There's no got it on that page.
663, indubitably there is at the top. 663. Ayo, why'd you hang up then if that was you? It was Ayo that called the first time.
No, there's 630.
Are you there? Did you find it?
Yeah. Yes. No, yes. It's,
Can you talk a little louder and right into your phone so that everyone can hear you? So tell me what the base would be.
4.
4. And what would the height be?
17.
You guys agree? 17? Well, what I was saying in my video just a minute ago was you can always tell the base and the height by the. So you're getting some people that agree with you, some people that disagree with you. You can always tell the base and the height by a little symbol. Did you hear what I said earlier in the video? What symbol can tell you which is the base and height?
The B? Oh, the butt cheeks.
No, the right angle symbol. There's a right angle symbol there.
It's 16.
So yes, it's going to be 16. But don't worry. Like I said, you got a lot of yeses and a lot of nos. So and then a 1. I'm confused. So if it's 4 and 16, and we're going to multiply those together, what do you get?
Whatever 17 times 16 times 4 is.
Forget the 16 or the 17. All it is base times height. There's only 2.
Wait, is it 124?
Nope. Try again. 16 times 4.
Let's see. I don't know.
Do you have a calculator?
No.
All right. Well, 16 times 2 is 32. So what's 32 doubled?
It's 64.
64. Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, thank you for calling in on the Hawkins Show. You'll get your complimentary T-shirt in 5 to 6 business years. Goodbye. All right. So let's review. Okay. I always start with the formula, so I wrote it up there first. But because I knew I was going to run out of room, I came over here. I plugged in the values. Look, we have a right angle symbol. It's not length times width. This is the width of the parallelogram. We want the height. It's base times height. So the base is 4 and the height is 16. And the dead giveaway is this right angle symbol. A right angle is 90 degrees. So if this is flat, then 90 degrees is going straight up. So that's going to tell you your 2 measurements. Always. Always. So look for those right angle symbols. And then whichever 2 lines connect with it, those are your base and height. All right. Makes sense, right? All right. So let's move on. I don't even think we need, so let's do one more example like that. I'm going to make up an example. So let's say, You're welcome. That's for free, y'all. You don't get that kind of entertainment anywhere else. That's why they call me the greatest influencer of all time. Did I tell y'all I'm an influencer now? Obviously. Let's see. I'm going to do... I need to use a different marker. I can't see with this one. You guys are funny. Little do you know, you're getting influenced. All right. Do this problem, and if you want to call in to answer, feel free to call in on the Hawkins Show. Oh my God, look at my nose from here. That is gigantic and pointy. Look at that. Oh, we got a caller. Hello, welcome to the Hawkins Show. Who am I speaking with?
Hello, welcome to the Hawkins Show. Who am I speaking with?
You're delayed.
Yeah, it's like echoing. Is this Bella?
Yeah.
Maybe try turning down your volume on your computer. Ah,
There we go.
I think that helped. All right, talk loud and clear so we can hear you. But what would you do on this problem?
You'd find the width and the height.
All right, the base and the height. We call it the base, but you're right.
Which would you multiply something else to find the base?
You're talking about like the missing, since I didn't write it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, it's a parallelogram, right? So that means that these lines on the side are going to be equal and opposite, and these lines are going to be equal and opposite on top and bottom. So whatever the top is, the bottom has to be that also.
So it'd be 15 and 9.
Yes, ma'am. And then do we know what 15 times 9 is?